Wheeler Geographical Area is a fascinating geological phenomenon. Wheeler is located 2 miles east of Creede, Colorado, on the south side of the San Luis Peaks in the San Juan mountain range. These geologic formations are contained in a tiny 60-acre section of the Rio Grande National Forest. In 1962, the protected area was increased to 640 acres. In this area, a mound of volcanic ash deposited millions of years ago that, as time passed, has eroded into a landscape that is so bizarre it seems to belong on another planet. About 20 million years ago, great pyroclastic eruptions began to produce large quantities of volcanic ash, with major ash flow eruptions exploding again and again from 18 different volcanoes, building up a layer of volcanic ash that was up to 3,000 feet thick in some areas. Most of these pyroclastic eruptions ended a bit over 26 million years ago. However, sporadic volcanic activity continued until about 5 million years ago. To reach Wheeler, take Highway 149, 7.5 miles south of Creede, and turn left on Pool Table Road. Or drive Highway 149 about 16 miles north of South Fork and turn right on Pool Table Road. In 1969, 10 miles of the Pool Table Road was improved to reach within 14 miles of Wheeler. The road ends at the site of an old sawmill referred to as Hanson's Mill at an elevation of 10,840 feet. From the parking area at the end of Pool Table Road at Hanson's Mill, there are basically two choices to reach this incredible formation. A long 7-mile hike, or a journey of 14 miles on a rough, rugged, 4-wheel drive road. To drive from Hanson's Mill, a 4-wheel drive vehicle is required. The road is well marked and is designated as Forest Service Road 600. Allow about 4 hours to navigate the 14 miles to the next parking area. A word of caution here. The road is primarily dirt, and it is strongly recommended not to attempt the road if there has been a recent rain. From the parking area at the end of Forest Road 600, hike about 3/4 of a mile to reach the area. It can be a strenuous hike, though, gaining roughly 1,000 feet during the 3/4 mile hike. So let's get going. This is Pool Table Road. As you can see, it's very well maintained. Any vehicle, a car or a truck, even one pulling a trailer, could easily traverse the road. From the turnoff on Highway 149, it is a nice, interesting, and beautiful ride for 10 miles to Hanson's Mill, where you can choose the 7-mile hike to Wheeler or the 14-mile 4-wheel drive road. There are spots that are heavy with washboard surfaces. Some of these are possible to steer around. Otherwise, just slow down until you pass them. A washboard surface is usually caused by tire hop and can be found in corners and on uphill grades. As I said earlier, in 1969, the road was much improved, as seen by the absence of ruts and potholes, as well as the width of the gravel surface. This is the entrance to the 14-mile-long four-wheel drive road. I didn't film the full 14 miles, but have filmed a large portion of it to help demonstrate the journey. The start of this road certainly did not look like four-wheel drive was required. Maybe the difficulty of this road had been overstated. There are typical berms to drive over, which are constructed to help alleviate erosion. It wasn't long before the warning of using four-wheel drive and to not attempt this road after a rain became apparent, as the surface was primarily dirt. It's easy to see the unfortunate devastation of the pine beetle that had killed thousands upon thousands of trees in Colorado. But the views were still incredible. But heading into the decimated forest, it was nice to see the trees were once again gaining a foothold. The roughness of the road was becoming more apparent, with holes, unexpected bumps, and deep ruts. Thankfully, it was dry on this day. This section of road through the forest continued to be narrow and filled with ruts, dips, and holes. The wildlife was shy. I barely had a chance to snap this photo before she disappeared into the trees. I didn't know it at the time, but far off in the distance you can see the Wheeler Geologic Area and the ridge behind it. After reaching the end of the long, rough 14 miles of four-wheel drive road, it was time to start walking. This was the beginning of the hike that would take me to the geologic area. I put on a light day pack with water and a few snacks. The hike was only supposed to be less than 3/4 of a mile. But it's always wise to carry water when in the high country. The trail was well worn and easy to follow. Again, far in the distance, the spires of Wheeler revealed themselves, but went unnoticed. The trail led downhill to a small creek crossing. Then ascended into a large field. The trail sharply gained altitude before offering a welcomed flat section. Another incline, then a switchback. The lack of rain was clearly evident. The trail slowly began to lose altitude and descended into the forest. The hike was enjoyable, but I was anxious to reach my destination. It was warm, and I could feel the sweat beginning, but a consistent breeze helped. another switchback. Then I had to navigate over a tree that had fallen across the path. At this point, the trail became more rugged and a couple of more trees blocked the trail. Up, up, and up some more. Another distant view. Up, up, and up some more. At this sign, be sure to stay straight. Then follow the rocky, narrow trail into the trees. I didn't know how much farther I had to go, but I had to be getting close. Finally, through the trees, Wheeler began to reveal itself. All right. Well, I'm sitting up here in the shade, drinking some water, catching my breath, up here at Wheeler Geological Site. It is awesome. And I took a bunch of videos on the way up here. Man, it was a long, hard path, all uphill. I don't know how long it was. I'm thinking 50 miles or so. But for some reason, my narration didn't come through. I didn't have one of my connectors connected properly. So hopefully we are getting some audio. That's the word I'm thinking of. Oh man, the thin air sucked my brain out. Anyway, so I'm going to turn this around here and I'm going to show you this beautiful, unusual area. I read a lot about it, but I don't remember. It was water erosion is what caused this, but I don't remember what type of rock this was that allowed it to erode the way that it did. But it is sheer cool. I'm glad I walked up here, hiked up here. The road to get here was 14 miles of rough four-wheel drive road. So anyway, we made it. Took about 3 hours to go that 14 miles. And Clarence is kind of upset with me. I had to leave him back at the trailhead. He wanted to go along, but you couldn't take vehicles up this road. Besides, it was too skinny. He wouldn't have made it. It was just too narrow. So anyway, I think I'll quit talking. I'm going to grab my water. I'm going to stand up, see if I can do that now that I've catched my breath. And I'm going to go over and show you this beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous, unusual geologic formation. Okay, hang on. I'm going to turn the camera around. All right. Isn't this cool? Somebody was thoughtful enough to make a couple benches for us tired folks. They made one bench, which happened to be in the sun, and they made another one, which happened to be in the shade. So you know which one I chose. All right, let's go check out this rock formations. I'll be darned. There's another bench down there. I didn't even see it when I walked up here. Oh man, look at that. Isn't that awesome? We can go up here a little ways and get a better view. Absolutely amazing. I'll go up a little bit further. Believe it or not, I'm too old and tired to step over that log, so I'm going to go down here, all the way down here, where the log is skinnier. I think I can do this. Hills upon hills upon hills. It's wearing an old man out. All right. I'll go just a little bit further, and then I'm going to turn the video off and take a bunch of pictures. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. Okay, folks, signing out. Catch you later. I hope you've enjoyed the journey to Wheeler Geological Area. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos. Talk to you later.